Welcome back, everybody. Last week I showed you the setup for Kingswood, and today I'm going to sit down and show you a playthrough of the solo version of the game so that you can get a feel for how this game works and get a feel if this game is right for you or your gaming group. So before I get into this, just a little bit of explanation onto kind of what's going on. The whole idea here is you are a guild. You are a guild of monster slayers who is trying to gain the most glory for your guild by slaying the monsters in the forest to protect the village. That is the whole basic plot. So you're going into the forest and you're slaying monsters to gain glory. Now in the solo version, you're going into the forest to slay monsters, but it's not to gain glory. You're slaying the monsters simply to save the village because the monsters are coming out faster and faster, and you don't want them to overrun the village. So, with that, let's get into this playthrough. Alright, so let's get into this solo version of the game. So, the first thing I need to do is I need to gather all my starting resources. So I need 3 gold here. 1, 2, 3. And I need 2 swords. Okay, cool. Alright. So here's how a turn works in this. You're going to select one of these blue guys. You can control any of those 3. So you're going to select one of them. In my case, I'm going to select, I think I'm going to go with the guy on the academy over here because I need some spell books. And you can do the action on his starting location. So I can spend 1 gold to buy a spell book. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to spend 1 gold to get a spell book. You can also pay 1 gold to refresh all of your spellbooks. That is another thing that you can do. Then you're going to take this guy and you're going to move him. You're going to move him this way or this way, but he cannot be on another location where there is another meeple. I can skip this one and go over to the market. In order to do that, I have to pay 1 gold coin for the location I skipped. Or if I went all the way over to the blacksmith, I have to pay 2 gold coins because I skipped both the manor house and the market. I'm going to go ahead and skip to the market, so I'm going to throw 1 gold in, but I'm going to use the market to then gain 3 gold, so I'm going to hold on to that gold and gain 2 more. So now I have 4. Okay, and then that would be the end of your turn. And in the multiplayer version, it's the same. That's the same gist of how your turn would go. Now that your turn is ended, the Kingsguard here now moves over to the academy. Now what that means is that you can't go there. You cannot go there and activate that ability. And he'll move around the entire game. He just goes to whichever location you left from. So, now, at the start of my next turn, I flip over one of these cards. So I have the Goblin Gang. With the Goblin Gang, in order to defeat them, I have to... Ooh, there we go. In order to defeat them, I have to exhaust 1 sword and 1 heart. And that will get me 2 glory in the multiplayer version, or it'll just kill this monster in the single player version. So you put him right here. I can't kill him right now because I don't have heart. However, on my turn, I can spend 1 gold to gain a heart, which is actually exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to gain 1 heart, and then I'm going to move over to here, and I'm going to fight a monster. So I'm going to fight him, which means I flip this guy over. So, on this side, it'll be blue, a blue sword, and on the back side here, it'll be gray. So once you flip it over to the gray side, it's exhausted, same with the heart. And that means I kill this monster. Cool, I'm going to put it over here next to this, so that I know that he is dead. And then I'm going to move this guy over here, because that is the end of my turn. And then play is going to continue like that until you beat the game. Now, on the next turn, I'm going to go ahead and gain 3 gold from the market here, because gold is incredibly useful. Oh, sorry, not 3 gold, 4 gold. I totally forgot that I gain an extra coin from the market with the Murder of Crows. So I should have gained an extra gold last time, but that's okay. I'm just going to let it go for now. Okay, so now I have 7, but gold is very important in this game. And then I'm going to go ahead and move to the manor house yeah, I'm going to stay on the manor house, and I'm going to use the manor house to refresh a sword. Boom. Now, move this guy. So essentially what you're trying to do, now that I start the next turn with one of these guys flipping over. Actually, my apologies, that should have already been flipped over. So, we had a moon sprite that should have come out at the beginning of the last turn, which I need to pay 1 sword and 1 gold. And once you defeat this, you have to reveal and add an extra monster to the forest, which we will do when that happens. And a sun sprite, which costs 1 spellbook and 1 gold to defeat, and you can then refresh one of your hearts. Okay, anyway, as I was saying, as I'm going to take my turn here while I'm talking, the goal here is to get through all of the Chapter 1 cards here, and get into the Chapter 2, and there's 3 big monsters in Chapter 2. It's a giant, it's a giant, a dragon, and a genie, I believe. I know it's the giant and a genie. I think the third one's a dragon. And once you defeat 2 out of those 3 monsters, you win. That's how you beat the solo version. So that's all we're trying to do. So, actually, you know what? I'm going to start down here in the forest, and I'm going to kill this thing. So I'm going to do this, and pay 1 gold to kill this, which then refreshes a heart. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same here. I'm going to do this, and pay 1 gold, and kill that, which will then reveal another monster. So I'm going to put this over here so we know it's an extra monster. So you can have 3 monsters here, generally. Once you hit, in the solo game, once you hit a 4th monster, then if there's still 4 out at the beginning of your next turn, then you lose, which has happened to me before, because, you know, that's just my luck. So then I'm going to move from the forest over to... I need some more hearts, but I also need some more spell books. I'm gonna get a spell book. So I'm gonna pay 1 gold to move over there. Pay 1 gold for a spell book. Boom. All right. Now the Kingsguard goes over here. All right. Beginning of next turn. Got another sun sprite. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to go ahead and use the manor house to refresh one of my swords. Go over here to the market, gain my 4 coins, since I have the Murder of Crows, which is essentially the thieves, you know. Thieves gain more coins, as you do. And then this guy's going to go up here. And then that would be the end of that. Alright. Another one, a Toll Troll. That's a new one. Toll Troll, you have to pay 3 coins. When you're playing the multiplayer version, then you'll have these down here. So like if you have killed this guy, and if you've killed the troll boss as well as the Toll Troll, then each Toll Troll would add extra, would score extra at the end of the game. And that, it's like 1 point extra per Toll Troll that you've killed. It says that on the troll boss card. So, all right, and I'm going to start. I'm going to start by paying 1 gold and gaining another sword. And then I'm going to go over to the forest here because I don't want that to go up any higher. So, who should I kill? I'm going to go ahead and pay 3 gold to kill the Toll Troll. And I'm going to exhaust this and pay 1 gold to kill the Sun Sprite. I don't want to kill that quite yet because I don't want any more monsters added right now. So now, Kingsguard goes over here. Alright, beginning of next turn. And yes, you can fight as many monsters as you want on your turn while in the forest. It doesn't have to be just 1. Alright, new monster. We have the Ghost. Now, the Ghost takes 1 spellbook and 1 heart. If you also kill the Wraith in the multiplayer version, then it gains extra points for each ghost you have. Alright, and on my turn, I'm going to pay 1 gold to refresh all of my spellbooks. And then I'm going to hop over here. Nope, not over there. I'm going to hop down here is where I'm going to go. And I'm going to pay 1 more gold. So I'm out of gold now, so that I can buy another heart. So now I have, my goal generally is to have 3 of each of these tokens here. Because anything that you need to kill, you can generally kill with 3 of each. Generally. I think there's one of the big monsters, like the genie or something, that is a little different. But for the most part, you would need 3 and 3. Okay, so then Kingsguard goes over here to end the turn. So now we are into chapter 2, so our next monster, beginning of the turn, is a Goblin Gang, which is a sword and a heart. Alright, so that goes down there, and I'm going to start over here in the market, and I'm going to gain some more gold. Why am I doing this instead of slaying some of those monsters first? You know, that's a good question. Mostly because I need the gold. And then, you know what, since it's something that I can do, I'm going to go ahead and hop down here. And I'm going to pay 1 gold to gain another sword, just to have a little bit of a backup. So there's that. So then he goes over here to the market. Okay, so that's the end of that turn. Now we're going to fill this to 4, which is danger territory. We have the Goblin Bully, which takes 2 swords and 2 hearts. And at the end of the game, you would score +1 for each Goblin Gang you defeated if you're playing the multiplayer version. Alright. So now, I'm going to start my turn in the forest because I'm not stupid. And I'm going to kill... Let's see. I'm going to exhaust these 2 swords and these 2 hearts to kill the Goblin Bully. And then I'm going to expend... Nope, I can't do that. I'm going to expend... I guess I'm going to take care of the Moon Sprite, so I'm going to spend 1 gold and 1 sword to kill the Moon Sprite, which then immediately reveals another one. Oh boy, okay. Well, there's that then. That should be fun to deal with. Okay, but I'm still okay. I still have things that I can deal with. Hopefully I didn't screw myself by taking my turn in the order that I did. So now I'm going to move this over to the Academy. Pay 1 gold to go to the Academy. Pay another gold. Nope, I don't need to. Yeah. Pay another gold to grab another spellbook. So now I have 3. Okay, which means you would go down here. Oh, I think I just lost the game. Well, that's fun. Because now he has this blocked off. And at the beginning of my next turn, one of these guys pops out. It's another ghost. And I can't go down here and fight anything. Because he's blocking it. All I can do is grab this guy, not spend any money because I don't have any money, and I can go up here to gain some more money. To gain 4 more coins. Which would then move him over to here. But then it would be the beginning of my next turn, and another monster would flip over, and because I have more than 4, I would now lose. So that's awesome! So, there's a version of the game where you lose. So let me see if I can find some of these. There's another Toll Troll. There's a Fireball. Those ones are goofy because you have to exhaust 2 hearts, and you also have to completely discard 1 heart and put it back into the pile in order to kill this thing. And then you have the Ice Ball that does the same thing. You have another Goblin Gang. There's the Genie. So that would takes 3 spellbooks and 3 hearts in order to kill him. So he's one of the big monsters. And there's a Wraith. There's a Small Dragon. There's another Ghost. Wow, I would have had to kill everything. And the Goblin. There's the Giant, which is 3 swords and 3 hearts. And then there's the Dragon, which is 3 swords and 3 spellbooks. So I would have had to kill literally everything except for the dragon in order to get down to beating this game. So, it just goes to show you, sometimes this game doesn't go exactly how you want it to. Kind of like right there. Alright, so that was a solo playthrough of Kingswood. Like I said, it's a really fun game, and even though, like in this case, I lost the game, I still have a lot of fun playing this game. It is very fun, it's very fast-paced, even when you're playing with more than one person, and it's a good way of entertaining yourself when, like, you know, like me, I work overnight, so I'm awake at 3:20 in the morning while my wife and son are asleep. So it's just a really fun way to kind of pass the time and keep myself awake. But if you enjoyed this playthrough, make sure you leave a like and a comment and let us know what other games that you would like to see us play, any of the games that we have back here on our shelf, or if you have any recommendations for other games that you would like us to try. We are always open to more tabletop board games, because this is something that we absolutely love to do. So, like I said, hopefully here pretty soon I will be able to show you a multiplayer version of this with Anna. But until then, I will try to pick out some more solo games that I can play solo, so that you can see those as well. So anyway, that's all for me today. I hope that I will see you all next week, but until then, let's get out there and play some games.